The first week of the NFL preseason is already in the books, and what a week. What an absolute fever dream of a week this was. It had it all. We had a 70-yard field goal. We had not one, but two ties in the same week. And we even had a player almost die on field. I mean, what an absolute week of football this has been, for better or worse. All right, let's take a look at some of these games in depth. I'll be honest, I'm not going to go through every single game because, let's be totally honest here. Nobody gives a fuck about preseason. Colts versus Ravens. Now, I'm not going to talk a lot about this game, but there is one thing I got to touch on, which is the Indianapolis Colts quarterback room is hot ass. Like I knew it was garbage. I mean, when the two guys fighting for the starting spot are Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones, I know you're fucked, but like this is so much worse than I thought. Nobody did anything in this game. The sad thing is, Riley Leonard was arguably the best quarterback. Although, with that being said, he's also the only quarterback in this game to throw an interception. But at least he did something, for better or worse. All three quarterbacks combined for a total of 240 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 pick. I mean, holy shit, dude. I mean, they only allowed 2 sacks. It wasn't even like they were pressured that much. And of course, Anthony Richardson went down early with a finger injury. And, holy shit, dude. Dude, this guy, Anthony Richardson, he has played a total of 28 games. His entire, not only NFL career, but collegiate career as well, combined. 28 games. That's it. This guy cannot stay healthy, and even when he does, he sucks. But when you even take an in-depth look at this, all right, Daniel Jones completed 47% of his throws with a quarterback rating of 70. That's, ugh. Riley Leonard completed 50% of his throws with a QB rating of 42. Oh my gosh. And Anthony Richardson, yeah, he had an 86 quarterback rating, but he only played 7 snaps. That's it. I have no idea what the fuck they're going to do at quarterback. None. Raiders versus Seahawks. Now, this game was an absolute gem. We had Aiden O'Connell going out there, and he made up for it after a while, but man, he was cheeks for a minute there. I remember he was, at one point, 0 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. Dude was playing like hot ass. This guy almost beat the Chiefs. But he's doing this against the Seattle Seahawks practice squad. Absolutely phenomenal. Geno Smith didn't do much, and surprisingly, the best quarterback on the team is some guy named Cam Miller. Where are you even finding these guys? What the fuck, dude? On the flip side of things, Drew Lock did Drew Lock shit, and Jalen Milroe, didn't really do much either. He had some he was pretty decent, completed 60% of his throws, had 60 yards, and ran for almost 40. That's pretty good, but he had no touchdowns. It's just, I just remembered something that I totally need to talk about. I'm going to be kicking myself if I don't. I know it's preseason, again, it doesn't matter, but, I got to be honest here, man. This was a dick move from Pete Carroll, man. I know you don't want to, risk an injury in the preseason, but you couldn't let him run the ball just one more fucking time. You had to let him finish the day out with -1 yard, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that was an asshole thing to do, in my opinion. Yeah, so not only did the Raiders tie, but Ashton Genty, the most, I'm not going to lie, he might have been the most anticipated player in the entire NFL draft this year. Yeah, his debut, 3 carries for -1 yards. Averaged -0.3 yards per play. He broke off, though, for a major 3-yard gain. Hell yeah. Everybody watching this video, give yourselves a clap on the back. You had more rushing yards than an NFL running back. But yeah, this was absolute peak. I mean, nothing, I forgot who said it, but somebody said, tying in a football game is like kissing your sister on the mouth. Kind of weird, but I kind of get what he's saying somewhat. But speaking about kissing your sister on the mouth, we had another tie. This time with the Dolphins and the Bears. Surprisingly, yeah, Zach Wilson might be the best quarterback on the team. Holy shit. Quinn Ewers, though, not so much. 5 for 18. And I believe he fumbled the ball twice in this game. Let me pull this up. Yeah, look at that. Completing 28% of his throws with a quarterback rating of 48. That's truly phenomenal. And Funny enough, if it doesn't seem bad enough, understand this. He fumbled the ball twice in this game as well. No touchdowns. He didn't throw any picks, but 28% completion percentage, a 48 quarterback rating, and 2 fumbles. I don't know why I was glazing this guy as hard as I was going into the draft. Yeah, this guy's awful. Now, to be fair, I guess he had, what was it, like an insane amount of drops, which, yeah, that sucks, but still, I mean, the quarterback rating of 48, like, I don't know, man. Tua didn't do a lot. Going over here, yeah, Case Keenum is still elite. If you know, you know. His days with the Vikings were legendary. He completed 80% of his throws he threw for 80 yards, had 2 touchdowns, and had a fucking quarterback rating of 140. Holy shit. To be honest, I don't even know how the fuck this game was a tie. Like, look at the difference in quarterback stats between the two teams. Chicago completed, like, over 2/3 of their passes with 200 yards, 3 touchdowns, only 1 pick. They only allowed 3 sacks. And then you look over here. Look at the Dolphins and look at the difference between their stats. Their combined quarterback stats between the 3 quarterbacks, they completed less than half of their total pass attempts, had only 170 yards, 0 touchdowns. I mean, they had 0 interceptions, but they even took more sacks, twice as many sacks. How the fuck did they tie this game? Only the Bears could find a way to tie this up. But while we're here, shout out to my boy Storm Duck, one of the greatest football names in NFL history. Dude, just look at how this game ended. This is what tells you that this was peak. So, the Bears get stopped on 4th down. They turn the ball over. Then the Dolphins fumbled it. Probably, let me guess, Quinn Ewers, yep, fumbled it. Then they take not a 3-and-out, a 4-and-out, the Bears, and once again turn the ball over on downs. And then to end the game, the Dolphins tried to lateral it, and it actually went pretty good, only for them to fumble it and having to recover it at last-second game over. Yeah, wow, just peaked. Just absolute, the greatest game. One of the greatest games I've ever seen. And now, for something, you aren't going to believe this, but for the first time in the history of the Cleveland Browns organization, they had a quarterback who wasn't dog shit. Shedeur Sanders made his debut, completing over half of his throws for nearly 140 yards with 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Had a quarterback rating of 107. Pretty fucking dope. Completed, yeah, almost 61% of his throws, and yeah, it was pretty good. A lot of people think I'm hating what I'm about to say, but it was a really good performance. It was a good performance, but dude, the glazing I am seeing is fucking crazy, dude. If you've been on social media at all, they'll make you believe that he just won the MVP when he just did, pretty good against the Panthers backups. Now, I do believe the Panthers defensive starters played for like the first drive, but even then, like, come on, man. There was a meme, and I think it summarizes it best. The Cleveland Browns are gonna retire Shedeur Sanders' number 12 jersey after this game. That's what they make it sound like. But even Tyler Huntley, he played great, completed 75% of his throws for a touchdown. I mean, these total stats are actually pretty crazy. 183 yards, completed 2/3 of their passes for 3 touchdowns, 0 picks, and only allowed 3 sacks. Holy shit. And now on to the Carolina Panthers. We got the GOAT, Andy Dalton. Absolutely elite, as he completed a good amount of his passes, had 100 yards, but had no touchdowns and 1 interception. Jack Plummer, played like a plumber. Not necessarily bad, but he didn't do shit. And then we got Bryce Young, who was pretty solid. I just wanted to point this out, because now that I think about it, I actually don't blame the Browns if they were to retire his number after this, because this is the single best quarterback performance they've seen in forever. Somebody on Twitter said it, and I'm not gonna lie, it feels very accurate. The Jets are the only team in the NFL to peak in August, and yeah, I gotta be honest with you that it sounds about right. I don't tend to be a hater, but I'm just a more glass half empty than glass half full guy, you know what I'm saying? This is crazy. They beat the Packers by 20, preseason or not. I thought it was illegal for the Jets to score 30 points in a game. Yeah, Justin Fields, he barely played. Nothing really to talk about. Brady Cook played a little bit more but didn't really do much. But Adrian Martinez, this guy balled the fuck out. Completed nearly 70% of his throws, 150 yards, 1 touchdown for a quarterback rating of 120. Holy shit. The thing about the Packers that really kind of scares me is that they might have the worst cornerback room in the entire NFL. I've seen some stuff, and this did not make me feel any better for the Packers coming up. They got torn the fuck up, and granted, it was backups, but it was also backups on the Jets too. They played 4 quarterbacks, and they couldn't even get 70 yards. That's fucking crazy. What is that? 64 yards between 4 players? That's like, what is that, like 15 yards a quarterback? That's crazy. Malik Willis led the team in passing yards with 39. Oh yeah, this is peak. Jordan Love completing 1 for 5 for only 7 yards. Doesn't mean anything, but man, that's not what you want to see. He probably had a few drops, so I can't completely blame him though. But yeah, 64 yards between 4 quarterbacks in an entire game. What the fuck were you guys doing? I didn't watch this game. I didn't watch every game, okay? Forgive me. There's a lot of football games. Donovan Edwards. Didn't even know he was in the league. Led the team in rushing. Hell yeah. Amir Johnson actually was probably the player of the game for the Packers. 7 carries, nearly 70 yards for a touchdown. He broke one off for 39 yards. Hell yeah. But on the receiving side of things, what's crazy is there's not a single wide receiver on the Packers that had more than 2 receptions. And only one guy had that. Everybody else only had 1. I'm very confused as to what the hell happened here. I mean, the Packers had 2 turnovers. They had 2 fumbles, but, like, they didn't turn the ball over, like, a ridiculous amount. Like, I'm not quite sure what the fuck happened here. You know, if I didn't know any better, I would say this is the Jets and this is the Packers because, wow, that's ass. Preseason or not, that's terrible. Also, if you haven't heard, we got some breaking news, which is Jordan Love just tore a ligament in his thumb. Now, it shouldn't be anything massive. Like, I don't think he's going to miss any time for it, but that's not great. You know, I remember there was a year as a Lions fan when Matthew Stafford tore a ligament in his thumb, and dude, he was noticeably worse. It makes a difference. It makes a difference when you're throwing the ball. Now, I don't know what hand it was on. I feel like if it wasn't his throwing hand, people wouldn't even really be talking about it, so I'm assuming it's his throwing hand, but if it's not, then it's not a big deal, but I'm assuming that it's his throwing hand, and that could be an issue, maybe. Dude, how in the fuck? If you follow me on TikTok, which I'm assuming a lot of you do, it's the boss 7799. I have made so many videos talking about Tim Boyle because he played for the Lions for a little bit, and let me tell you something. I think he actually played a majority of his career with the Lions. These 5 games felt like 5 years. All right, this dude is so ass, dude. So in this game, he completed 31% of his throws for 24 yards with 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I'm not even surprised. That doesn't shock me. Tim Boyle is just that guy. He's ass. The thing that surprises me is how is he still in the league? He's doing this against backups, fighting for a spot. Holy shit, he's been in the league since 2019. Other than that, yeah, Cam Ward was decent. I mean, he made a few passes. I did watch this game that were a little, like, okay. They almost got picked off, but, you know, no picks, no touchdowns. Brandon Allen, also kind of shit, but, you know, whatever. Well, we had my boy Kyle Trask. Haven't heard his name in forever. He did pretty all right. Completed 75% of his throws. And then whoever the fuck this guy is. Yeah. Yeah, this guy did decent too. Although, no passing touchdowns, but no interceptions. I'll take it. Calvin Ridley did decent. Other than that, nothing really to talk about. Ryan Miller. Typical white guy. Did pretty good too. Not bad, not bad. I'll give a shout out to Nick Jackson. Had 7 solo tackles with a sack and 2 tackles for a loss. That's a hell of a fucking performance. In what fucking world does both Skylar Thompson and Mason Rudolph ball the fuck out in the same game? What the fuck? Congratulations, Jaguars. You just got tore the fuck up by 2 of the most garbage quarterbacks in the league. Skylar Thompson, 20 for 28 with 233 yards and 3 touchdowns. What in the fuck? A quarterback rating of 132. Holy shit. Mason Rudolph, 9 for 10 with a touchdown, 0 interceptions, and they only allowed 2 sacks. Holy shit. Quarterback rating of 135. How? Okay, one of them is bad enough, but 2? Both? What? I mean, okay, over here, you guys didn't do half bad, too. With Skylar Thompson and Mason Rudolph, they accomplished more with these two guys than you did with these four, including Trevor Lawrence. They had 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks. You had 273 yards with 1 touchdown and 0 picks. They might have even had a higher completion percentage. It's really close. I don't fucking know. I would say yeah. You gotta love preseason. Shit's crazy. Ah, there it is. Skylar Thompson fumbled the ball. Yeah, I knew it was a little too good to be true that he was that good. But I'll be honest here. I came here for one reason only. Cam Little. 4 for 4, 70 yards, 13 points. This dude absolutely blasted a 70-yard field goal. He cleared it by, like, multiple yards, easy. You know, people are saying, you know, we need to do something. We need to make a petition and do whatever we can to make this an official record. I wouldn't worry about it because he's going to break that record really soon. I forgot what the record is. I think it's 66 yards. It was by Justin Tucker against Detroit. To make that field goal, Justin Tucker had to hit it. The ball had to hit the crossbar, and it bounced off of it twice before it finally bounced in. This guy cleared a 70-yard field goal by like 4 yards. Holy shit. I will talk about this game. Dude, I do not get it. Kyle Allen, in his first game, he was absolute dog shit. I made a whole video talking about the Hall of Fame game, and I ripped this guy like crazy. He came into this game. He was supposed to start the second half. He came in early because Hendon Hooker, he's cooked. I'm sorry. It sucks to say that. I know he completed 7 for 10 of his passes, but I watched him. He chokes under pressure, dude. He does. He fumbled the ball twice. We couldn't score anything under him. He came in and lit that motherfucker up. This is the crazy part. 7 for 8, 120 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. But here's the craziest part. I believe he's the only quarterback this week who had a perfect passer rating. Perfect. 158.3. This fucking guy. Where the fuck was this last week? Holy shit. Easton Stick, 15 for 18, with 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. And Emeroy Jones, I think that's how you say his name. Who the fuck is this guy? Completed 5 for 4 for 49 yards. They went 19 for 23 for the 185 yards with 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions, and only got 2 sacks. I don't love that as a Lions fan. I really don't. That pains me to watch. That hurts. That hurts my soul. Nathan Carter, my boy. I didn't even know he was in this game. I love that guy. Big Michigan State fan. Isaac Tesla still looks like a fucking dog. Jackson Meeks, 3 catches for 78 yards and a touchdown. I don't even remember this guy. He only had 3 catches, too. That's crazy. Dylan Drummond, 8 catches, 63 yards, hell yeah. As for the defense, let me point out, there's one specific guy. Grant Stewart, this dude looks like a monster, dude. This is a Dan Campbell guy. He's always running on the field, or trying to make the craziest hits. Dude is him. Shout out to Josh Woods, 7 total tackles, including 6 solo tackles and a tackle for a loss. Absolutely elite. Yeah, we'll get into it. Morice Norris, questionable. Really? Really? You think? Call me crazy. I don't think he's playing until, at bare minimum, the beginning of the regular season. So, if you didn't see what happened, yeah, Morice Norris went down. We still don't know what it was. I think it was a concussion more than anything. But yeah, he went down, and he started seizing up on the turf. It took him like 5 minutes to put him on a stretcher and get him into an ambulance and take him out there, and it was pretty tough to watch, and I mean, it was so bad that both Dan Campbell and Raheem Morris just came together and were like, yeah, we're done. They just suspended the entire fourth quarter. There was literally like 14 minutes left. They came together, they did a prayer session. It was really, it was pretty awesome to see. Really it was. I know some people were kind of complaining. They're like, you can't, I understand it was nice, but like, we kind of have to play the games. And to be honest, like, I see where they're coming from, but this is a preseason game. Let's be honest here. This doesn't mean anything. And I think both coaches saw that, and they're like, this is all exhibition. This is just, trying to get a feel for the game. We see a player go down like that, and, at first we all assumed the worst because it was really bad. And you're just like, yeah, man, fuck it. It's not worth it. Let's just call it a day. Now, I made a couple jokes earlier when I started this video, like he almost died, and the only reason I'm doing that is he's a lot better. I mean, he's already returned to Detroit, and he's questionable. You know what's questionable is the fact that you have him as questionable. Like, he seems like he's doing a lot better, and I'm glad to see it. I wish him the best. Dan Campbell talked about it. He's like, yeah, he's out for at least the next 10 days. And so he's going to miss the next game and probably the last preseason game, which really sucks because this guy's fighting for a spot, so he might get cut. That sucks to see. But glad he's doing better. What the fuck was this, Commanders? Look, I know it's a preseason game, but, you know, at the same time, like, you got blown out by 30, and I can't tell what's worse, that or the fact you allowed nearly 50 points in a preseason game. That's actually pretty crazy. That's pretty wild. Josh Johnson. You know, Josh Johnson, I just want to pull this up. This fucking guy has played for everybody. Look at this. Look at how many teams this guy has played for in his career. The Buccaneers, the 49ers, the Sacramento Mountain Lions. They're not even a fucking team anymore. They only lasted 3 years. What league even is this? The UFL, the OG UFL. Holy shit. The Browns, the Bengals. He returned back to the Jets, the Colts, the Bills, the Ravens, the Giants, the Texans, the Raiders, the Commanders, the San Diego Fleet, the Lions, the Los Angeles Wildcats. This dude has played for literally fucking everybody. I mean everybody. Teams you've never even fucking heard of. I mean, this guy, you want to call him a veteran, this guy is an OG legend. Just what a guy, Josh Johnson. He actually played pretty good. 15 for 22, had nearly 173 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, not bad. As for the Patriots side of things, Ben Woldridge, holy fuck. Where do you even find these guys? Either way, he balled the fuck out. 75 completion percentage, 132 yards, 1 passing touchdown for a passer rating of 140. Holy shit. But, dude, the Patriots were firing from everywhere. Kick returns, we had Travion Henderson. First touch in his NFL career, went 100 yards for a touchdown. Like, at that point, you knew it was kind of over. I mean, like, what the fuck even is this? Antonio Gibson, he only touched the ball once and got 62 yards. Like, who is the special teams coach for the Commanders? What is this? Yeah, they just beat the fuck out of the Commanders. I don't know what else to say. And the crazy thing is, they only turned the ball over twice. That's it. I mean, hell, even the Patriots turned the ball over once, and yet they still got absolutely fucking annihilated. Holy crap. Right off the bat, 100 yards for a touchdown. Great. Alright, this is the last game I'm going to talk about. We got the Giants versus the Bills. I gotta be honest, this is the first game that I know of, maybe the first game ever, where 3 quarterbacks on the same team had a quarterback rating of over 100. I mean, it was crazy. Jackson Dart, 12 for 19, 154 yards, 1 touchdown, excuse me. Fuck. He had a quarterback rating of 106. Tommy DeVito, 10 for 14, 73 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 picks, for 107 yards. Jameis Winston, here's the crazy one, 7 for 11, 62 yards, 1 touchdown, with a passer rating of 109. You couldn't even force Jameis Winston to throw an interception. And then Russell Wilson, even he, 6 for 7, 28 yards, and he had a passer rating of, I believe, like 83. How do you get cooked up by this quarterback room? All 4 of them absolutely cooked up your defense. I understand it's preseason, but still, holy shit. 317 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks. They completed 35 out of 51% of their 51 of their total throws. I mean, holy shit. You know, the Buffalo side of things, I mean, Mitch Trubisky did pretty good. 1 touchdown, 0 picks. Mike White balled the fuck out. If you know, you know. The dude is an absolute legend. And even this fucking dude, I have no idea who this is. Like, they both had over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns and 0 picks. Absolutely elite. Also, shout out to the Giants. They allowed 0 sacks. 0. That's fucking crazy. Tyrell Shavers, 2 receptions, 70 yards. Frank Gore Jr., the son of the GOAT himself, Frank Gore, 50 yards on 5 carries. Dante Miller, 70 catches for 80 yards. Holy crap. This was, without a doubt, absolute peak. We had Tommy DeVito, Skylar Thompson, Mason Rudolph, all balled the fuck out in the same week. I mean, even Mike White and Mitch Trubisky balled the fuck out this week. Kyle Allen balled out. Holy fuck, dude. I can already feel that this season is going to be absolutely crazy. I can already tell this season's going to be wild.